Dublin 7-4. It is the Strawberry Alarm Clock, and I am with
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. It's very early.
It's very early. Bono and Larry from local band U2.
Yes, indeed. At
Hello.
your service. Good morning.
Actually, I'll just get you to hold that in the middle of the pocket. How are things?
Morning, Larry.
Morning, B. What'd you have for breakfast?
I was going to have some cornflakes, Larry. I do like that, but I do mind a porridge as it gets into the winter.
Oh yeah, do you have honey on that?
No.
Raisins?
Oh, I have had raisins.
Would you have a mushed up banana, Larry?
I used to.
Don't knock it. My son has mushed up banana and it's pretty good.
Yes.
I would highly recommend it to go back and try it again. Right, let's not go iTunes because you've done that 100 times. I've been listening. Much more controversial topic. Cedarwood Road. Is it Glasnevin North? Is it Ballymun?
No.
Is it Finglas? Because they're all claiming you.
This could get rough. I thought they were all actually trying to get out of the relationship. My dad, Brendan Robert, Bob, worked in the post office.
Right.
And he said that Cedarwood Road is Ballymun postal code.
Yes.
There are others on Cedarwood Road who do not think so. They say it's Glasnevin North. And but that's what he said, unless they've changed the postal district. That's what it is. Though I do love Glasnevin. And I went to school in the ink bottle there in Glasnevin and had romantic occasions in the Botanical Gardens. I also, as a young man, kicked the ball over the railings into the Tolka River in order to not go back to class. And it was only years later I realised the headmaster actually was into this. And so he kind of encouraged the game to get a little exciting. And he would then follow us down the river to help us find the ball.
There's a story from Cedarwood Road, and it's from one of your neighbours, Mr. Leonard. And this album's all about you guys from the early days. 17, the band starting, right? So
Can't wait till we get to Harmonstown Avenue.
Well, is that your road?
Yeah, well, yeah, and then they changed it to Rosemount Avenue. But yeah, no, it's
That
okay.
could be
We
a bit-
can come back and do
it'd
that
be a
one if you
B-side.
want.
That sounds an experience.
So he sees you in Phibsborough, and he knows you, and he says, Paul, as you were on then, would you like a lift home? So he gives you a lift home, and you're raving on about this band you're starting. Do you remember this at all?
Keep going.
And he says, let me tell you now, Paul, what you need to do is forget about that music malarkey and concentrate on your studies and do music. He was in a three-piece himself, plays keyboards. Do it at the weekends. Bit of holiday money. It's good for that. And you're going, no, Mr. Lennon, I really think there's a buzz around the band. Things are going well. And he said, no, what you need to do is do it as a hobby and forget that notions. And his version of events is you got out of the car on Cedarwood Road with your head spinning. So my question is, this album's all about you remember that, by the way?
Yes, he's a very fine musician, and he was probably giving me very, very good advice, but as is obvious, I've been very good at avoiding it.
Well, Adam said that you took his advice. You didn't bother with the old music career at all.
I think he did take Mr. Lennon's advice. I think it's great for a bit of holiday money.
Yeah, you can sort that out later on. This is like Mr. and Mrs.
Whatever, it's on form for that.
But my question is, so this album's about you guys as young kids, right? And then your Songs of Experience will be about you guys now. What about the What If album? If you'd taken his advice, where would Larry be, first of all?
Now, I think I'd be in purchasing.
Purchasing?
Yes.
Motorcycles?
Just purchasing.
Okay.
Purchasing for companies. If you wanted a bit of furniture, I'd purchase that for you. Yeah.
Purchase.
If you wanted a flight, I'd purchase a flight for you.
Okay.
You want to be a middleman?
I think in the
There's no middle ground about you at all.
No, but look,
But the middleman. This
we
is
are now
this
thinking.
is aspirational.
This is aspirational. The idea
Middleman.
that I would be, and in the era of the interweb,
Right.
it would be a very successful business. I
You
just
would
wanna
be.
tell you.
You're Amazon.
I
You're the Liffey.
L'Amazon.
that's it.
It wouldn't have been Amazon. It would have been Liffey.com with CEO
Yeah,
Larry Mullen.
It would have been. What about yourself, Bono? If you'd listened to him and you hadn't done music, take that out of the equation.
Sales. I come from a long line of travelling salespeople on my mother's side.
Okay.
He's selling. I'm buying.
The Rankins. As what would I be selling? Ooh, I don't know. I would probably, I think I sell songs now.
You do?
Ideas. And I probably would be a writer. Would be the way I would sell them.
Okay.
Like a journalist.
Okay.
Did you just go? Whoa.
I did.
It's a hard task being a journalist at the moment because no one will pay you. It's sort of like music. We have been disintermediated.
For now.
That's a big word, isn't it, for the morning?
It is pretty good, yeah.
Just woke up with that.
U2 songs. There's some amazing songs in this album. When you're writing these songs and you're trying to get them to come together, like if you think of U2 songs as a big city, there's a few skyscrapers there that you're trying to compete with yourself. When you get a good one, like Every Breaking Wave, do you get that feeling, oh, Jesus, here's a good one, another one has arrived? Or does it take time?
Sometimes they are great gifts, like a song like One or whatever. Elevation came really quickly. In a little while came in about the length of time it takes to play it. Sometimes then you have to work on them, where the Streets of No Name. And actually, Every Breaking Wave had lots of incarnations. We couldn't quite get it right. We knew we had something very special, but we couldn't crack the code on it until the very last minute, the very last couple of months.
And the Jules Holland version, it's improving every time. It's growing, isn't it?
We're getting used to it, Jim.
Yeah.
You're on the radio. You understand that.
I hear you, man.
It repeats and repeats, and you go, ooh, that's really...
Yeah.
No, I like that one.
Yeah.
I didn't like it before. That's the story. We have to deal with that on a daily basis.
It's not too dissimilar, really. No. Although I have to do every single day a brand new show for 4 hours.
That's
you
hard.
You guys do 2 hours, every few years. Yeah.
And you do very well.
There you go. I've heard that before.